Hello, everyone, and happy Saturday, happy weekend. Hello, Instagram, and hello, YouTube. I hope your weekend is looking wonderful and that you have had some time for yourself because there is nothing more important than to be wired and connected with only at least 5 minutes for yourself during the day. If you could have it more, especially now that it's weekend, maybe 10 minutes a day, you would see some very amazing transformations, some life changing situations that will arise once you get more aware and more present, because this is mostly what it is all about. Hello, Mahday. Thank you so much for joining me. Do let me know if you have any questions about fear. We are talking today about fear of not being enough. This has been a very strong and a very dramatic situation in my life until maybe a year ago when I have decided to connect more to who I am, to find out what is my true meaning, what is this life all about, and how I can make an impact. I used to be very dominated. Hello, UD. Thank you so much for joining me. I used to be very dominated by my ego. I always wanted to be first to make sure that my needs are met and to be 100% in charge of everything that would happen around me. And I have soon discovered that this has taken me to a path of anxiety, to being very dramatic when it comes to losing control. I would need to be completely in charge of everything that would happen, but not from a point of peace, not from a point of relaxation and of wanting to help other people as well. I used to be very wired and too connected to making sure that my needs were met, and that's it. Now, in order to start to help people, you need to look beyond yourself, of course. And fearing of not being enough was one of the most strongest fears of mine. It's not by coincidence that I began Step on Your Fears as a company, as a business. It is my path from the time that I have decided that I needed to change my lifestyle and to work on my fears until now. And I used to be very afraid of not being accepted. If I would ever go out in public without wearing makeup, without making sure that I look my very best, even if this would mean spending around 30 minutes getting ready, I would be paranoid. I would think that people would judge me, that they would point their fingers at me, saying that I am no good, I am not taking care of myself, I am not worthy of going out in public unless I look my very best, which was complete nonsense, obviously. The real issue was that I could not accept myself in any way. I had this very deep rooted fear that if people don't accept me, if people don't like me, if they don't love me, if they don't agree with me, I would feel a lot of pain. The pain of rejection would be the strongest for me. But the main issue was, as I began our talk for today a few minutes ago, I was not connected with myself. I had no idea at all who I was. In school, I was a pretty shy student. I would be very studious. I would love to learn. I would love to read to make sure that I'm among the top of my class. But I would do this because of the fear of not fitting in, of not being accepted. And where did this begin? Well, obviously, from some childhood experiences where I have decided at one point, because these are limiting beliefs, as you have probably seen in my posts, that if people don't agree 100% with me, and if they don't like who I really am, if I don't put a lot of effort into this, oh boy, am I in for some big pain. This has started um, back around maybe 30 years back, way back, when I would be maybe left alone while my grandparents would need to work, because I grew up until 5 years. I grew until I was 5 years old. I grew up in the countryside, and I used to be needing a lot of attention all the time. Well, like any child. However, every time I would be left alone, I would feel this abandonment. I would feel that my parents, my family don't love me anymore, and I would get very paranoid in order to make sure that I get their attention. Nothing strange here, not at a first glance, because we all know, and now I also know that I have a baby girl that is wanting for my attention a lot. But when you are very young, if you don't get the comfort, the necessary attention from your family, you get to think that it's all over, I'm abandoned, they don't love me anymore. But this doesn't happen with just any child. I was a pretty sensitive person growing up, and my filters, my way of seeing reality, got to be mainly distorted. And this is why I didn't get to be accepting myself enough in order to understand that my parents, my family had their needs to be first met in order for them to take care of mine. But as soon as I discovered this, I was a free person. This was a very strong fear combined with a limiting belief. And if you have checked my post today, one of them, I am telling you how to step by step make sure you clear your limiting beliefs, because they are the ones that are in charge of your life, of your lifestyle, of your mindset. And unfortunately, you don't even know it. Fortunately, when you find out about this, it is unbelievably freeing and relieving for you, because once you get aware of a certain aspect, you bring your rational mind, your rational thinking there, and you can decide then and there that you want to live your life in a different way. You can choose some more empowering beliefs instead and simply have your mind under your control again. And I encourage you to check the 7-step guide to permanently conquer your fears from my website. It is free, it is downloadable. You are going to enjoy this amazing visualizing exercise. I call it the bag exercise, and you can find it at roxanapopet.com. Make sure you put this in practice and see how relieving it is to start seeing fear and to start shaping your mind the way you want to in order to have the success, the outcome that you truly want. Showing up without makeup for a woman is most of the times criticized, and what a surprise! It is criticized by other women. And I have seen today a very interesting post that has given me a lot of inspiration to show up without makeup, although I love makeup. And for me, it's actually, it doesn't matter anymore if I wear it or don't. I just wear it because I love it. I don't want to be loved or liked by anyone now, because I have come to that point in my life where I am truly happy and loving myself exactly just the way I am. And this is a major breakthrough for me. This is a real success. And if I have only this one tiny success in my whole life, then I am completely a successful person. Now, going back to this post that I saw today about wearing makeup or not, and being attacked maybe by other people that make us want to look in a different way, that is a major blessing when you get people commenting on your look. I have to admit that I haven't. I have only received compliments, which are not good, not bad, they just are. When someone is attacking the way that you look, and maybe you want to expose yourself more, maybe you are a woman that wants to be appearing in live videos as I am now, or maybe you are a man that wants to do more videos live or not, or just filmed in your home, and you maybe are not 100% comfortable with how you look. Now, let me tell you this: it is a blessing when someone has a negative comment for the way that you look. And it sounds crazy, right? It sounds funny that you get to see this as a blessing, because you get this person to start working on themselves more. When someone sees you and they get this negative criticizing comments for you, obviously it has nothing to do with you. You are perfect just the way you are. It has only to do with them, with how their relationship with themselves is, with how they see themselves. If someone tells you that you're ugly, guess what? This is how they see themselves. You are only a mirror that reflects their true comments and thoughts about themselves. And I don't want you to take it personal at all. It has nothing to do with you. However, you are doing this person a favor, because once they get this verbalized, once they tell you, hello, Rizwan, thank you so much for joining me, once they give this verbal comment to you, some conscious triggers, their rational mind starts to work in a different way. And sooner or later, they start to think about how is their relationship with themselves if they get so angry by only seeing this exterior image of someone else. And shortly, these people start to realize that if they are so judgmental with other people from the exterior, they start to look within more, because there are situations when people get so viciously aggressive online that they get extremely sick physically as well. And I have seen a lot of very young people that would be very unsure of themselves do this. But in a while, for some it's shortly, for others it takes longer, they get to look within a bit. They get to see what is it really that is triggering them, because it has nothing to do with you, the person they viciously attack. Now, I know that you are going to put in practice all of the things that we have talked today, and I am very curious. What are your thoughts about being enough? I encourage you to start working more on the way that you think, and on the way that you talk with yourself. What are the thoughts that you have about yourself? How are you dealing with all of the negative comments you maybe see online, or maybe you yourself got some negative feedback as well? Do let me know what are your comments about this, and of course, let me know if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I will see you very, very soon.